this stage is incredibly important, okay? Before you get to there, where most designers start, if a lot of you are probably designers or creative, I know you want to start there at 3, but spend some time a bit before that thinking about it, or spend time with people who know how to do it. The problem with that bit, the strategic bit, is it's super confusing. It's the most confusing bit. Now, you look up strategy tap strategy in brand strategy into Google, you get these kind of bonkers-looking diagrams, yeah? You get lots of clarity and purpose and sincerity, and I just collected a few, yeah, just to prove my point, really, and they're nearly always circular, yeah? Which is kind of weird. And they're nearly always like this. All the words change, but, you know, I was looking at consider the sustainability of the aspiration, it says there, okay? So can you consider that, yeah? But the trouble was I was in this terrible position where I'd agreed to write a book on branding, and I realized I had to have an answer to this question. And I couldn't just look up the pictures on Google and think, oh, I don't know. So what I started to do is I started to put them on top of each other. And I realized, actually, that at the core of all of these kind of slightly, faintly ridiculous brand models, there was a truth at the core of all of them. And it was that, and I tried to make it simpler. Originally, this was for my clients, to be honest. You know, what do we do? How do we do it? So asking them questions. Who are we here for? So you might say, a target audience. What makes us different? What's our personality? What do we value the most? Now, they're intentionally written in everyday, ordinary phrases. There's no mission, onions, aspirations, or a narrative anywhere in that. There's definitely not a story. And then in the middle, why are we here? Now, with my particular clients, this is a very useful question because I tend to work with people who are trying to save the world and make a difference. So that's a really useful question to ask them. Because if they spend all of their time telling me about what they do and how they do it, I then ask them, well, why are you doing all of these things? And so try it out. It's a very useful way of doing it. And seems to be quite a robust model. And there it is for free. Use it. Go for it. And I'll give you a couple of quick examples. So yes, as Flavia said, we have done an airline. Yeah, okay, great. Fantastic working out how to redesign the typography and doing the fins and working out how to put it on the belly of an aircraft. Okay, great. Tick. But really, it's just as important to them was finding a way to kind of sum up why they were here. Someone mentioned HR this morning. HR is this strange world, I know, but this phrase at the middle of this diagram, this is Virgin's brand values diagram for 6 years. Everyday pioneers. It's what they said to themselves about who they were and why they were there. And they said that to each other for 6 years. It's quite powerful when you can sum up an entire world-famous brand with 2 words. And that's the power of this kind of stuff, okay? Another quick example, we were working with an international NGO. This is a hunger and nutrition NGO. They work all over the world in 54 countries. And this is their kind of logos before we got to them, a kind of soup of lots of different logos. A rather strange-looking symbol that looked a little bit too close to marijuana, okay? Or cannabis, depending on which you know. And we thought that was a little bit strange. So yeah, we did. So what we did do, we did start with the marijuana leaf. Well, at the same time as we were thinking what to do with cannabis, apart from smoke it, was where we got to. Oh, there you go, new logo. So what you saw there was the fact that we navigated the way from marijuana to food and water, yes. But equally important, actually, was that we needed some words that they could use, that they could rally around. And we discovered and we realized that there's a for and against in every language. So we could say for food, against hunger, for clean water, against disease, for children that grow up strong, for crops, against drought, for changing minds, against indifference, for freedom from hunger, for everyone for good, for action, against hunger. So we'd sort of made their name mean something, and they'd never really done this before. So the combination of some words around that they could put in the center of that diagram, why are we here? We're here for action against hunger, plus a redesigned symbol was, you know, it's a very short way of summing up a project that took 2 years, but it gives you an idea.